Good morning, traders, and welcome to the daily call today, Monday, the 25th of March. Before we get started, as always, please understand that any advice in today's session is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Okay, before I start today, just a quick announcement. The daily call will be taking a short 3-week break. The last call will be this Friday coming, and we will be back on Wednesday, the 24th of April. Due to work commitments, I will not be able to produce this, so it's just a short 3-week break. Okay, that's just a quick announcement. Let's have a look at what's happened on the last session on Friday. We had multiple news come out from Europe. We had the French flash services PMI that missed the mark at 48.7, and then I think it was about 15 minutes later the German manufacturing PMI also missed the mark. So two major players for the euro, and the services PMI that came on very close to that forecast, but the news in general for the euro was not good. The data was not what was expected, and hence the euro dropped against most of the major counterparties on the Friday session, with the Euro USD I think losing around about 80 odd pips for the session. The other major news for Friday was from Canada. We saw CPI come in slightly better than the forecast at 0.7, retail sales at 0.1, just under. Overall, Canadian dollar did lose ground against the US. The data was mixed in terms of strength itself, but on the back of some pro-US sentiment, the US CAD did jump up, hence Canadian dollar losing ground. Alright, chart of the day. This morning, for the first time in nearly 2 years, I was not able to actually find a chart worthy of presenting to you. So what I'm doing instead is, let's just recap the last two charts that we had. This is a service that I normally produce for our platinum clients. I'll follow through every chart to completion, but just so that you can get a bit of an idea. The first one is, let's have a look at Friday's chart. Was the GBP AUD, where basically I said, look, here we go, we have a situation right here. We produced an inside candle, and if we broke that candle, then that was the idea that we would take the trade in this direction. Then what followed from that, if we'll stay on the same GBP AUD 4-hour time frame, but I'll just show you what happened after. This is the same chart, hence we did trigger. We broke there, and we can see that the market did in fact go up, and we actually hit target on this particular trade. We've hit the first target, so if we measure that distance there to be our first target, our T1, target number 2 is just visually, it's around about there. So we've already hit the first target on this particular trade, and I've marked it accordingly. So if you have a look at the results, they will be listed as such. And we're still waiting. Possibly we might hit the second target. Either way, we've moved our stop to break even, and it's a free trade for us. So that was a fantastic one for us. Let me have a look at the one from the day before. This was the New Zealand USD. And I had tracked this for 2 days, and originally what I had was, I had this line slightly coming down at a bit of an angle as such, but then we produced this candle. So I said on Friday, just readjust your line, and it's still in play. Okay, so as such, now what I wanted to really highlight to you is, because I did get a couple of emails, some people said, what if this shape looks really good and I want to take a trade? And I said, well then, I responded to that person. I said, just drop into a 4-hour time frame and see if you can find your price action on a 4-hour time frame, because the level is still there, the level is still good. Okay, so if I drop into a 4-hour time frame, let's have a look at what happens. This is my 4-hour time frame now. Oops, I think my computer's just frozen. There we go. This is my 4-hour time frame right now. That's that same line. There's the high candle, which I guess would have the fractal, but if you look at the two candles, these two here, there's my inside candle situation. So I've actually got exactly what I'm looking for if I put my line there as we break down. And then here again, you can clearly see that would have been your stop distance, which is the same as your first target, and visually I can see that, you know, I've hit my first target, and visually I think we've actually hit the second target on that too. So those were the last two trades of last week, both winning trades. I'm not marking this one as a winning trade on my statistics because I had it down as a daily, but I'm just highlighting that sometimes when you're really looking for the extra trades, you need to put a little bit of extra work in. The levels are still good. It's still possible to be able to find something out of those. Okay, so there you have it. Something different today because there was no actual chart. Hopefully tomorrow we get another chart. Again, this service is something that I produced a separate video for our platinum clients, and I'll take them through step by step, handhold you to it through every single trade. What's happening in the session which is about to kick off today? Well, it's a quiet Monday. There's actually no news on the card, so that pretty much wraps up for us today. Guys, as always, please feel free to contact us if you do have any questions. Follow me on Twitter at ChatFX for trade setups and breaking news. Most importantly, hope you'll have a fantastic trading day. I'll talk to you tomorrow for the daily call. Bye for now.